Hello, boys and girls. Today we are going to create a shaker instrument for class using one of the body supplies that you have chosen from your list. So this video is going to show you how to create a shaker using the paper plate or paper plates. And we will use the sound supplies of noodles and or rice. If you have dried beans at home, coins, pebbles, any other things that you would like to try and put inside the instrument, that's perfectly fine as well. So let's get started. The first thing that you are going to need is your paper plate. We are going to start by using one paper plate for this one, and then we will make a second shaker using two paper plates. So the first thing that you want to do with your paper plate is you are going to end up folding it in half, which looks like this. So you're going to take your whole paper plate, you're going to bend it down, and then you are going to fold across the crease. Now it is folded in half. Okay, before we can even fill this, we are going to start by taping both sides together all the way up until this much, so you have a hole. So about an inch and a half. Okay, so take your tape and you are going to put your sides together, and you're just going to make sure that you go across, and you're going to bend the tape over to hold it together. Take another piece, moving down, taping it across and bending it over so you do not have a hole in the plate. See how we're starting to tape and it's holding on both sides? Another piece of tape, take it where you left off, put it down, bend it down to the other side. I am about halfway now. You can see the difference. Another piece of tape. Continue where you left off. Place the tape down and bend the tape to the other side of the plate. So like we said, there are no openings. This is a nice big opening. We need it a little smaller. So I'm going to take one more piece of tape. I'm going to put it on, bend the tape over, and now it has all been taped. And so we have about 2 fingers or more that you could fit in that hole to pour in your element of sound. Okay, for this one, we are going to use rice. So I'm going to take my white rice box, my cup. I prefer a measuring cup if you have one at home. I would say a 1/4 cup should do. We're then going to open the hole and pour your rice into your paper plate. Nice and carefully. You do not want to make a mess. Okay, now that I have my paper plate full, I'm going to finish with taping. So I'm going to grab more pieces of tape and make sure that I pull it over, make sure it's nice and closed. And if you have to add more tape anywhere so you have no holes, then I would do that. It's important to make sure you don't have any holes, because if you do, then you're going to lose your sound element, your sound supply that is inside your instrument right now, and it'll spill all over and you will have a mess. If you do get any on your table where you are working your station, make sure you clean it off and you throw it in the garbage can. I'm sure your mom and dad will appreciate you cleaning up after yourself. So now we have created our paper plate shaker. You can tap it against your hand to make the sound. You can shake it like just a shaker. And you'll find many other ways to play this when we're in class. But this is your paper plate shaker using one plate. Now, if you would like to make it bigger, you can. The way you do that is by using 2 plates. So here's my first plate, and here's my second plate. Remember how we folded the paper plate in half? This time, instead of folding it in half, we are going to leave it together. Much more taping on this one because you're going to tape all the way around. Okay, so if you have a bigger piece of tape, that would be better because it'll hold it easier. Ooh, that was loud. So you're going to just take your tape and you're going to put it around the plate just like you did before. And then you are going to fold it over. So here's your paper plates. Here's your tape. You're going to pull it right over. If you have a smaller tape and you want to continue to use your Scotch tape roll, that is also perfectly fine. As you can see, it's now stuck together. If you want your little tape, all you have to do is put it on the side like we were before and folding it over. So the 2 pieces of the plate are taped together. And you'll continue that all the way until you get to the top of your plate, making sure that it is totally together and you have no holes. See how now it's coming more and more together? You just want to keep going. So I have the little tape. Remember, any kind of tape that you want to use is perfectly fine. Duct tape, Scotch tape, masking tape, whatever you have at home is what you use. So now I'm getting more towards the top, as you can see, because that's what we're going to fill our instrument with, our sound element. We'll put probably, I'd say maybe 2 more pieces of tape, fold it over. It's getting smaller. Take 1 more, and that should do it. And then we can fill it with our sound element. Here's our last piece of tape. As you can see, now our hole is pretty small. It's not huge, it's not tiny, but it's pretty small. So now this time, we're gonna use noodles. We're gonna fill our cup. Remember, I like measuring cups, probably a 1/4 cup of your sound element will do. You're gonna pinch the plate so you have the hole, and you're going to pour your noodles into your plate. There we go. Oh, almost there. You can pinch and see how it sounds. If you want more noodles, add more noodles. If it's too much, shake them out. When you're done, you want to close your hole because remember, we don't want noodles flying everywhere. So the last couple pieces of tape, you just got to fold them over, making sure that your instrument has no holes for any of your sound supply to come out. And after you have rolled it through your hands to make sure you have no holes, then your instrument is complete. And here is my shaker. Noodles are louder, but this is a bigger instrument than the rice one. You can also hit it on your hand. Or stick it. And now we have created a half paper plate using 1 and a full paper plate using 2. You could choose whichever way you would like to make them. Remember, decorating will be done with your art teacher, so that will be what you will do next in your next Google Meet. But as for now, you have your instrument.